Stevie Johnson, Stevie Johnson, Johnson.
Amazing. All right, hey everybody, this is Anil Nathan from Bet the Vote. We are live from Radio Row in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I am joined by Stevie Johnson. Stevie, thank you so much for making the time.
Yes, thanks for being here. And we ran into each other, and now we're here right now making it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit, what are you here for Radio Row promoting? What brings you to Super Bowl this week?
So I'm actually promoting our nonprofit, which is the Exposure Academy. My wife and I created a business called Club AGBHF Exposure Academy, and what we do is we provide life skills for student athletes and entrepreneurs. Basically, what we've pretty much curated is the lessons and things, situations that I've been through on my route to becoming a retired NFL player, a family man, and somebody that's in the community with faith. We wanted to provide a more intimate area for these student athletes to learn these things such as culinary skills, being comfortable with going into a bank. These are all things that I wasn't good at,
Right.
So this is what we aim to do and get out there for these guys, learn how to communicate and network with different people. Those are the main three things that we do, and that's what we out here promoting.
That's incredible. It's such an awesome mission, and I think so important to make sure that everybody's got those those skills that sometimes you don't get exposure to.
Yeah.
And then you get out into the world, and if you don't have them, you're already at a disadvantage.
Exactly. We don't get that exposure, and then like you said, once it happened, you stuck, and you lose time. So
Right.
I wanted to try to jump ahead, and what we did was we created this it's like we call it a destination symposium. Because we don't do it in one place. Like, I just came from Orlando. We had a session out there with 6 athletes.
Okay.
And we housed them for we was out there for 5 days. It's different each time.
Yeah.
But we had a mix of student athletes and entrepreneurs, people that didn't even play sports, and we just taught them the skills, life skills, and taught them resources and tips.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because Bet the Vote, obviously we're an organization that is comprised of veterans and military family members, and the veteran community in a lot of ways, well, number one, a lot of them were student athletes. Mm-hmm. They joined the military right after high school.
Right.
The military is a very unique place, right? It does not operate the way the rest of the world works, and so when you are making the transition out of the military to your next phase of your life, whatever the next step in the journey is for you, oftentimes you are missing a lot of those basic life skills as well. And so the importance of providing transition support and training and kind of upskilling on a lot of those things is so important.
Absolutely. And we see what happens when you get stuck. It's not always just, I got stuck and now I got to figure out a way. It'd be, I'm stuck, I'm sad, let me go get some drugs, or let me go do something, what I mean? Like,
it's not productive.
Something not productive, and I just hated to hear it. I hated to see kids that don't get the TV time go in and fall into that category, So
Right.
I just felt like I had to do more, or try at least to do more. And then when COVID hit, it was one of them things. Like, I sat back where I was comfortable, like, hey, I'm not worried about anything, and all that happened was because the lessons that I had to get through to get to the NFL so I can be comfortable during a time like this.
Right.
And so as I'm sitting there, I'm like, in another 10, 15, 20 years maybe, something else like this is going to happen where they shut down the world. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I need to go out and provide some information and equip these kids so that when that do happen to them, it's not a bad scenario for them. They can still be like how I was.
Yeah.
So that's my passion, just providing for student athletes and entrepreneurs, which is pretty much everyone.
Yeah, no, it's great to hear. And, obviously the way you're talking about being inspired to do something, right? To get off the sidelines and get back into it is a lot of the story of our organization, which is a group of veterans and military family members who saw the need for more veterans and military family members to engage in our democracy.
Yes.
And lead from the front so that we're uniting the country more than a lot. There's more that unites us than divides us. And we think that veterans and military family members are a population that most citizens, it doesn't matter what your politics are, people respect people who have served.
Yeah.
And so, we were inspired to kind of say, hey, we want to do something about that. And that's how this organization was born.
Yeah, and that's amazing. So we doing the same work, man.
Yeah.
And it's good to hear that that's being done. We got work with military vets out in Buffalo. So there's a team called the Buffalo Wheels, like the wheelchair football team.
Yeah, okay.
All vets, and those are my guys. My guy, One Leg Dave, Mr. Wheels. Mr. Wheels is so clean. Mike, he does moves like me off the line, but in a wheelchair.
Wow, it's incredible.
Man. And it's so impressive because that wasn't the life that they chose.
Right.
They had to adjust. Through being a vet, being in their situations that they was in, and man, like the positive mindset that they have is so cool. That's funny. Look, I ended up creating this game just so it can be all inclusive. For kids with disabilities.
Yeah.
We had our military vets playing. Like that's what I'm about. The same thing that you guys are about at Vet the Vote. Same thing we about at Club HBHF, man, is just providing for others and sparking the minds.
That's great to hear. And,
yes.
and when you think about veterans, right, and having served and then in their kind of next life post the military, the role that they play in our society, what qualities of veterans kind of inspire you or make you trust them and see them as kind of the best of what our country has to offer?
Yeah, great question. I feel like they're similar. We're similar as far as athletes, former athletes, being out in the world. You've done so much great work. I'm speaking as a vet.
Yep.
You've done so much great work in your lane, and then there's a time where you're gone. There's this next batch that's coming in, and that's a time where we can get lost. Same with the NFL guys, that are NBA athletes and things like that. You can get lost, but if you got this community, like what you have, what you're providing,
right,
and you really dive into it, you're not just floating in that world,
Yep.
And a lot of guys tend to float. Sometimes you drift off,
Right.
So being able to tie into something, that's why I wanted to keep our club HBHF prominent. So when guys do need something, I want to go a step further, like Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
The situation that he got in, he might get out and be like, dang, what do I do now? Nobody want to mess. But yeah, you can come to Club HBHF and have this group of kids or flag team or whatnot and teach them or do destination symposiums on your own, and you can still provide for yourself even though you've been through situations. That's what I feel like Vet the Vote is.
Yep.
With the military vets, once they're done, they still got all the skill sets, the discipline, the drive, the perseverance, the camaraderie to work through a problem. But it's just we don't really need you, right? Yeah, where do we apply it at? And organizations like ours is where you do. It can be your first step,
right.
So I'm super proud to be here, sitting here talking with you about it right now, man. It's shining a light on it.
Yeah, no, this is great. Stevie, thank you so much for making the time. Where can people go to find more information about your organization?
So you can go to hbhfclub.com and you can see the whole rundown on what we got going on. Or you can go specifically to YouTube and type in Club HBHF or Exposure Academy, and you'll see a lot of the clips and things that we do, in different locations, and that's it.
Awesome.